All right, it's March the 9th, 2019. Big day, precursor day to Jennifer going from her first 50 years to her second 50 years. Split the century. And I thought of something special. Do you know what's going to happen between now and Jennifer's birthday? Jennifer's birthday, here's his birthday girl, pre-birthday girl. She is going to turn 50 on the same day as you have the time change, daylight savings change. So spring forward to the next 50 years. Isn't that cool? And the early morning, 2 o'clock on the March the 10th, 2019, will be daylight savings time. It's fall back and spring forward. Is that correct? Spring forward,
yeah.
fall back. So that means it's going to go from 2 to 3 instantly, right? So like basically at midnight, whatever, when you go to bed tonight, it's going to be 1 o'clock. We're going to lose an hour basically, right? So at 7 o'clock in the morning, normally biologically we're used to it'll be 8. So basically she's going to lose an hour but gain 50 years, right? Another 50 years coming up. So anyway, how do you feel about that?
I'm excited. Glad to be 50.
Yeah?
It actually sounds pretty old, but it's exactly the right time to be 50.
I didn't plan this, but this is perfect that you're sitting in that chair. Because that was my granddad Maxwell's thinking chair. So what do you think about turning 50? And also, one of those important things in your life, I think, has been to bear and raise and nurse children. This is the milking chair, wasn't it? So all of our children were milked, were nursed in this.
I think, yeah, a couple of them are.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, Granddaddy Maxwell's chair took on a new life in this generation. It became the lactating chair. So anyway, what are your thoughts about turning 50?
I never thought I would be 50, but now that I am, I'm excited and just think it's a good time, good age. Definitely feels older than most people I know, but also, like last night we were in a group and someone was like, "Oh, you're so young, you're only going to be 50.
Yeah, they were looking forward to longing for 50 because they're 55 or
so
something.
So it's
like
always that. Like, just have to be content where we're going. And let's see, I'm looking forward to lots of unknowns coming up. And this next phase, I mean, I think the first phase of life is pretty predictable, or you think about like, yes, I want to get married, I want to have kids, I want to raise children, and all those sort of things. So the next 50, I guess, is a little bit less defined. How long it'll be, what you'll be doing.
You know, kind of like this trampoline out there, Jennifer. I realized Cinnamon was sitting underneath it. And I thought, you know, it's a fun, bouncy thing for the young Hope Lucille. But for the old dog, like Cinnamon or Wags, it's a shade place. You can go part of the shade there. And so, you know, on the one hand, there's more than one purpose for things. So, you know, people can talk about us getting old, you before me, of course. But you know, you look great for 49.99 years old.
49.999.
You got your Texas State Bobcat shirt on because you're a youthful college mom. You got a daughter who's potentially going to be an RA at Texas State, which found that great news out. You got a son who's getting ready to go to to an undisclosed Southeast Asian country and mission trip. And you got a football playing, good-looking, spicy, street preaching 16-year-old son. You got a 11-year-old daughter who's Miss Beaver and Miss Volleyball and full of life and has. Be careful what you say around her because she remembers everything we say and she absorbs everything, and you're homeschooling her, and you've got children in China that you're teaching, and you got a lot of interesting things going on. Right?
An awesome husband.
Yeah, you got twice the man you used to have, that's for sure.
Darling.
So anyway.
I'm forward to mostly having adventures with you. I think everyone else is going to be flying away.
Mm-hmm.
So that's different.
Well, I think adventures is code for follow our children, whatever pursuits they're doing, wherever they spread out across the world. But anyway, that's all right.
I was thinking about my mom and my grandmothers when they turned 50.
Yeah.
I think my mom turned 50 like the year after I graduated from college. But I don't remember it because I was pretty self-absorbed. I don't recall it was like a big deal for her, and I don't remember my dad turning 50 at all. When I was seeing my grandmother, I think Mama was 58 when I was born, and I was like one of the 4th or 5th grandchildren, so she'd been a grandma for a long time. I'm trying to remember, I guess when Debbie was born, how old Mama was. She was, I think, younger than 50. But then, I don't know, all the different ages of everybody.
Well, like I said in the old heavy metal rock from the 1980s song, better to burn out than to melt away. So like that fire, you know, we're just burning, our lives are burning. God's given us the wood of our lives, and our every breath of our bodies and every beat of our hearts is literally a gift from Him. It's literally the cycle of electrical charges that keeps life going forward. So, like Cousin Harold, we just say we're grateful that we're still here and God's still got a purpose for us. And so, to be absent in the body is to be present with the Lord. We have to really believe that and embrace that as truth, that heaven is better and that we've got a better world waiting. However, this life is sweet too, you know. This life can be good like that donut over there, sitting over there. May not be the healthiest thing, and I was telling somebody at the shake store yesterday, I was like, look, you gotta live life too. I mean, of course you need to be disciplined, you need to take care of your body and all that, but what if you went through all this stuff and you denied yourself the pleasure of steak for 3 weeks and then you died, I mean, you just have to have balance. You have to have balance and enjoy the pleasures of life. Your friendships, you hold things loosely. You always should say that, Jennifer. That's a phrase I always attribute to you, is holding things loosely, enjoying holding them, but not gripping them to where they become an idol or become a crutch or become something that just is more important than God and the people in your life. So anyway, I think you've done that really well in your 49.999 years. Any final words of wisdom?
Just looking forward to seeing what God has, because I don't know. I mean, this last half of the life is different than the first half, less predictable, which is probably good. Not get too boring. Yeah, but I'm also think heaven is more appealing than ever. When dying does not. I'm just not like looking forward to it on the one hand, but when it happens, it's going to be great, and so.
The dogs are in the shade. I'm going to go get some sunscreen because I'm getting burned.
I know, well, that's okay. If you just not much shade for us. Unless you want to sit
Happy pre-birthday to you. Happy pre-birthday to you. Happy pre-birthday to Jennifer Todd, 49.99 years, almost 50 years old. Happy pre-birthday. Oh, I forgot to say Einstein. We'll save that for tomorrow.